Hello everyone, my name is Berikkhan Ykylas. I am a student of the 5th grade. I study at school Abai, teaching in 3 languages with specialized classes for gifted children. My teacher's name is Berikkhan. I like my teacher's way of teaching. She conducts interesting lessons. Berikkhan pays a lot of attention to vocabulary and speaking. Today, I want all of you to immerse my world. I'm into reading. I suppose my mom and grandma, they habituated me to reading. I have my own library. My parents always buy me books. Sometimes I borrow books from the library. This term I was taught what I liked the most in my life. We read fairy tales. Then we performed them and retold. We learned types of literature. Actually, I keen on reading as I mentioned before.
Hello guys, I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna steal money from rich people and give it for you.
Since I heard one fact, I read fairy tales of the Unit 5 with great pleasure. What fact? Advantages of reading tales. Yes, tales. I employ fairy tales, fables, legends, fantasy. When I say tales, benefits of them are enormous. A long time ago, someone asked Albert Einstein, "Whatever we do, our children will grow up and to be smarter." He said, "Teach the child only fairy tales, and if you want him to be smarter, teach him more fairy tales." Why Albert Einstein recommended read fairy tales? Einstein recommended fairy tales and more fairy tales because creative imagination is an essential element in the intellectual equipment of the true scientist, and fairy tales are in childhood stimulus of this quality. This is Neil Gaiman. He is a writer. He writes fairy tales and fantasy. He says fairy tales are more than true, not because they can tell us that dragons exist, but they can tell us that dragon can be beaten. Neil Gaiman witnessed following interesting during in his visit to China in 2007. Chinese leaders are making effort to strengthen the genre of science fiction. The writer suddenly asked, "What happened? Why are you paying special attention to this genre? It was different before." According to the Chinese leaders, if the Chinese have a ready-made scheme in their hands, they can produce wonderful things without changing it. However, he could not come up with new something on his own. To solve this problem, the Chinese sent a special delegation for major campaigns such as Apple, Microsoft, and Google. After all American investors are children who read science fiction as children. Only a work of art can take a person to another world. And now I understood why elder generation, who lived in the period of Soviet Union, were not supported to read and learn Kazakh legends like Alpamız, Yırtıştık, Aldar Kuse. I invoke all my friends to read books, especially fairy tales, fables, legends, fantasy, and science fiction. No matter what language, it is your choice in what language you read them, in Kazakh, Russian, and English languages. Certainly, reading English fairy tales is beneficial for us. We improve our vocabulary as well as we improve our minds, develop creativeness. At our school, there is a theater which held performances in 3 languages. My teacher Berikkhan involves pupils And last year, her pupils performed the Beast and the Beauty and won the Grand Prix.
Together, it must be done. Then, what are we waiting for a long time?
There is Read X competition at our school. It holds among all grades. I invoke my classmates to reading. When we have free time, we go to the library and read books. I make them read fairy tales in English. We appreciate that we are given these books by Express Publishing. There is one more reason why I am invoking you reading. We are future generation of independent country. We are the generation who rule our country. I want people of Kazakhstan to become the most readable country in the world and with incredible imagination, creativity.